This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. And this is episode 65, and my name is Matt.
And my name's Phil.
Thank you, anyone and everyone, for listening. We are Tries, local craft beers. We're trying them. Phil, what are we trying today?
We are trying Shorts Brew Key Lime Pie. Beer brewed with marshmallow and lactose with lime and graham crackers added.
Alright, Phil, got the punisher here. Let's punish this beer.
Punish!
Spill!
Spillage!
Spillage! Alright, Phil, let's give her a sniff. Smells like a limey beer. And not British limey, just limey, like it smells like... This is what I was kind of worried about, that it's just going to taste like a Bud Light lime, which tastes like crap. Limey! Alright, Phil. We Are a Podcast. Let's give this a try. Can you get an ooh yeah?
Ooh yeah!
There's marshmallow on my ass.
That's odd.
Just a limey dark beer. Limey! That don't taste like a key lime pie at all.
I agree, it doesn't. I don't know what that tastes like.
Sounds like they're wasting graham crackers if they're actually throwing graham cracker in there.
I don't taste any graham cracker at all.
Or marshmallow. You know, just go buy your favorite beer and just squirt some lime juice into it. Blammo. Right? But, I don't know. Worst beer reviewers ever. I give it a pass. This is nothing interesting. It's just total gimmick of it being a pie, and it doesn't taste nothing like a pie, and it doesn't... Just lime beer. Just squirt some lime in your beer. Pass on this shit.
It only takes a little bit of lime.
Yeah. Or better yet, just go make a whiskey sour. I know that's with lemon, but still, it's a better drink.
It is. Delicious. Delish.
Mojitos and whiskey sours, Phil. That's how I roll. Tequila Sunrise? What? Before Eddie Guerrero died. It's not the same without him being around, Phil.
It is true.
Get into the wrestling references early this time instead of at the end of the show like usual, right?
Right.
Like I said, I gave it a pass. What do you think, Phil?
I would give it a pass.
You gotta explain what
It basically just tastes like a bunch of like the very top of the lime peels when you slice the lime peels. I don't taste any graham crackers at all. I probably wouldn't buy it again.
Yeah, like I said, that's what a pass is. Just pass on it, not worth it.
I'll pass on it.
I can't remember the name of it, but that Neapolitan beer actually did taste like ice cream.
It did.
So if you're gonna say your beer tastes like such and such, step your game up, son. Or the robot space chicken will come and stomp on your neck. Which I think we're still in agreement. That's the worst beer we've tried so far, though, right? The robot space chicken.
It was.
I think that name might even be wrong or whatever, but you know the one. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I can't remember, but shit, this was a long time ago, maybe even That's pretty stuff, though, right?
Does.
So this is why I usually let you choose them. Not all of them are great, but at least you could pull out a good one every once in a while. I never do.
That is true most of the time. Like that one peppercorn one that was real good. You're like, pepper what?
I can't remember the names of all of them, but I think this maybe been only like, I can't remember how long we've been doing it or how many we've done, but there's only been like, what, maybe 4 I actually like.
It's not a big number.
You don't drink beer for the taste, you drink it for the alcohol content. And if it's over 9%, it just tastes like fucking coffee. It tastes like coffee grounds.
Grounded up coffee beans and
Yes.
like they put it in beer.
That's why I prefer tequila. Alright, but now on to something we actually do like talking about. Godzilla Resurgence. We talked about it a while ago, I can't remember how long ago. But I looked it up, it actually came out in Japan, like in July. And as far as I know, and I've tried looking, there's no official, like, American release. It's going to come out here sooner or later, I know that. Because even if Godzilla doesn't make a ton of money in the theaters, it makes a ton of money on fucking VHS. It kept many rental stores open for a long time. So.
It's always been released like that.
That's what sucks.
Like, we never really know until, like, the last 2 or 3 couple days or so.
Well, that was, like, back in the 90s when we were, like I said, we've talked about this before, how we had a notebook literally filled with, like, every movie we seen, and we had a page that was all the Godzilla movies we saw, because, there's 3 fucking names for Godzilla versus King Ghidorah,
I remember.
Or if not even more.
Or they're all edited in together.
Yeah. The chop and fuck page is what we called that. But, as far as I know, there's, like, no official American release date. Because we're kind of unfortunate. The only Godzilla movies that were ever released in the theaters in America was the Godzilla 1985, which I was born in 1986, so obviously we didn't see that in the theaters.
It wasn't our fault.
Yeah. Time just doesn't work out the way you want it to sometimes.
It's like, it wasn't our fault.
Yeah, but we've seen all the Godzilla movies before, and 85 ain't nothing fucking that spectacular to begin with. So, Then it was the... Did Destroyer get released in America or not? I can't remember. I don't know. But the only ones I remember that got released in America were the 85 one, Godzilla 2000, and Final Wars got like a small release here, and it didn't come nowhere near where we live, unfortunately, so we couldn't go to it. So the only Godzilla movie we ever saw in theaters was 2000, which is okay, pretty good. And the American remake with Matthew Broderick, which isn't good.
Don't remind me.
That's a lot of fish. A lot of bullshit. But like I said, maybe this will get a small release too. If Kevin Smith can get fucking yogurt hosers released in a couple of small theaters, why can't Godzilla? Come on, Toho, man. Godzilla's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But I think the problem is, too, is like Godzilla 85 bombed like hell. So that's why they didn't release a lot of Godzilla movies. That's why that's why, like I said, that's why video stores became popular. Because, like, I've never seen this Godzilla movie before. Like I said, remember back in the day going to flea markets and shit, and there's a guy with a table littered with VHSs and white tape and black marker. Godzilla versus this.
One day I knew.
Yeah. Back with tape trading. Back before there was a torrent. And sometimes it wasn't even trading. It was just buying this guy's fucking shitty bootleg that he got from Japan. Oh, the shit! Remember the shitty bootlegs we used to see back in the day?
I do.
What was it? It was King Kong versus Mecha Kong or whatever. This is back before, like, as far as we know, it didn't have a, like I said, the internet was around, but it was nowhere near, like, just any movie you want, find it, you can probably watch it in some form.
Not like it was now.
Yeah. So, Godzilla versus Mecha Kong, or King Kong versus Mecha Kong, yeah, I'll give you $5 for that. And it's a tape that's been re-recorded like 5-6 times, and the tracking's always showing up.
Yeah, you can see all the lines in it.
Yeah. The corner of the screen's a rainbow color for some reason all the time during the whole fucking movie. Oh. But then we moved one time and I left all of our VHSs in a basement one day and they all got moldy. Well, not one day, they were down there for a couple months, and then we started pulling them out and they were all ruined. Take care of your shit, people. But like I said, they weren't that great of quality anyways. Like I said, that tape, that Godzilla versus, or Mecha Kong versus King Kong tape we had was fucking re-recorded over like 5 fucking times at least, if not more.
You could tell after a bit.
Yeah. Considering that, like I said, the tracking's always going off and the fucking corner's always a rainbow color. You kids with your fucking Netflix and your 1080 IPAs and shit. Ah, get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. One of these days I'll remember to bring that jug of water out here.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I guarantee before the 7-year anniversary, one of these days I'll remember to bring out the jug of water when we drink these craft beers. Morty, these beers suck. Give me my flask. Morty, my little buddy, right? Board it up, Phil. Get swifty with it. But anyways, to switch the subject after I went on my little Godzilla rant, because why can't I watch it in theaters? Come on, I got $10. I'm sure like 5 other people in town have $5. I don't know, Phil. People just like watching Godzilla movies at home. So that way you can get drunk and not pay attention when the human people are on screen.
That is true. Because then you can just talk about how awesome the movie was, and they were like, "Dude, do you know how long they talked in that movie? What? There was talking in it?
Yeah. Well,
like, what? There was more talking? Yeah."
Well, one of the biggest complaints from the other American Godzilla remake. Oh, we saw that in theaters too. I guess that technically counts because that one was approved by Toho too. But Godzilla 2014. Remember how I kept complaining like the little kid was watching more of the fight on TV than we actually got to saw.
That is true.
Yeah, that is still kind of true. But at the same time, like all the Godzilla movies are like that. They're the worst WWE Raw event of all time, right? You get a lot of little people, a lot of little humans yapping. Godzilla shows up for maybe 5 minutes. Gets in a tussle with the monster. The monster defeats him or weakens Godzilla to the point where he has to run away. More yada. And then you come back for the main event where Godzilla triumphs and find out that he's actually John Cena. Maybe that's why I like Godzilla movies. They're kind of like wrestling if you think about it, right? You have the hero either get beaten or weakened where he has to retreat, and then he comes back even bigger and stronger than ever and defeats the heel.
Yeah, something always has to happen to the good guy first.
Right. Because our heroes aren't interesting unless we see them fail first. Only to come back even bigger and stronger than ever. Or team up with Jet Jaguar.
And do super drop kicks.
And do the most epic drop kick of all time.
Was epic.
Fuck physics. That one's kind of cheap. That Godzilla, what is it? Godzilla versus Megalon?
Yeah.
That one's pretty cheesy, but that's also one of my favorites. Because, Jaguar. Ching! Ching! Not Ultraman! I think Godzilla vs. Megalon is probably my favorite one, because Jaguar, Gigan's probably one of my favorite Godzilla monsters of all time. And plus, for some reason in the Godzilla universe, you can sing a song. It might take 20 minutes sometime. But summon a fucking giant monster? Caesar! Plus, bring back King Caesar, too. That's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, but whatever. But that chick sung for like 20 minutes before King Caesar actually fucking woke up and started doing shit.
It is true.
And plus, there's the Mothra there's the Mothra twins, who are like, what, maybe 3 inches tall and somehow can talk to a giant guardian moth.
They're definitely really small. That's true. But yep, giant moth is cool.
And plus, like I said in Godzilla vs. Megalon 2, like, the short version of the plot is, like, there's people that live underground, mole people. Not really mole people, but whatever. Always goes back to nuclear war, Phil, right?
Yep.
They were testing nuclear bombs. They're like, humans, fucking knock that shit off. And they're like, nah, fuck you, nuclear bomb. Nah, screw you, guy. I'm not your pal, guy. I'm not your guy, pal.
Everybody remember the G Army.
Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, well fuck it. We're going to sing a song, summon a giant beetle to fuck shit up. Giant beetle's getting his ass kicked. We'll sing another song. Hey, other alien planet. Mind if we borrow your monster? We cool? We got a lot of people dancing in rhythm right here, man. They're going to pass out soon, so...
Remind you what we could do to your planet.
Well, they were asking to borrow Gigan, so they're like, hey, we'll be real careful with it, I swear. That's probably why Gigan, the second he starts losing, he dips out.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, I'm on loan, this is going south. I'm out!
Yep. Goes back to the planet that he protects, right?
I can't remember. It's been a while, but even if I watched it like an hour ago, I probably still couldn't tell you what planet he came from.
He did dip off, though.
Yeah. Like I said, the second shit started going south, he's like, I'm out.
He was like, oh, I can't do this. I'm out.
He was like, did you see that drop kick? Holy...
Because, right, either way, I protect a planet, so, I'm needed there either way, so I don't need to die for this. He's like, dude.
I ain't getting paid.
Smart, though.
I ain't getting paid enough for this shit.
My rubber suit can't take this amount of damage.
Hell yeah. I gotta save this for the next movie. Ugh. But I guess if you think about it, aren't all the monsters in Godzilla kind of metaphors for weapons of mass destruction?
Yes.
Right? Godzilla's obviously the nuke. Mothra, who can, before even Butterfree could do it, could spray poison spores over shit. Biological weapons.
Yep.
Right?
That makes sense.
Mechagodzilla. Obviously the fear of robots and androids, because ever since we figured out what a robot is, we've been scared as hell of them. We've made, 7 Terminator movies based on that theory. And Phil, your boy, Titanosaurus. Hurricanes, right? Shakes that ass, causes a natural disaster.
Don't remind me.
Right? Hedorah, toxic waste. Right?
Pollution.
Right?
That's
yeah.
true.
Biolante, another one of my favorites. A plant that creates a virus that we can't control. Right? Megalon, the giant beetle. A beetle, the Zika virus. Granted, Megalon ain't a mosquito, but right? Bugs can give you diseases and kill your ass pretty quickly. Right?
It is true.
All the monsters are metaphors for weapons of mass destruction, Phil. And Jet Jaguar is a ripoff of Ultraman.
They had to at least have one.
Have you even been keeping up on the wrestling?
Not really. It's kind of just getting ridiculous. Because, like I said, they'll flip-flop the shows where Raw is, like, more boring than SmackDown, and then Raw will be better than SmackDown, or, they'll flip-flop it.
Well, listen, Raw.
But yeah, basically, everybody in SmackDown basically came out complaining, no, I should be the number one contender, and, that's how they set up a match.
Wasn't Raw 3 hours now and SmackDown's 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, SmackDown switched to Tuesday nights now, so they play Monday, and then they play Tuesday now. They'll have Monday, and then they have, on Tuesday, they have SmackDown. That's how they did it now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I haven't been paying attention, but I do watch, a lot of, the last thing I actually really paid attention to that great was, we talked about this last week when, Brock Lesnar went to town on Randy Orton and cut him up.
I remember.
Yeah. Actually, I found out after that, too, like, Chris Jericho was all kind of pissed off because he thought Brock Lesnar was just being a dick about it and was trying to actually hurt Randy Orton. Because we talked about this. This is one of the things I don't like about Brock Lesnar is, like, sometimes it seems like he goes out of his way to intentionally hurt people. Like
Goldberg.
Yeah, like Goldberg, too, yeah. Like, the one I like to mention the most is Hardcore Holly. Brock Lesnar went to give Hardcore Holly a power bomb and he dropped him on his neck. The ref was, something was obviously wrong. Even the ref was, like, on top of Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Brock Lesnar, maybe he was in character because, like I said, he's the beast incarnate or whatever. But still, this is a dick move. He didn't, like, stomp him in the back of the head, but he nudged Hardcore Holly in the back of the head when he did it. Granted, Brock Lesnar probably didn't know at the time.
I remember that.
But obviously something was wrong. The guy's holding his neck, and Brock Lesnar nudges the back of Hardcore Holly's neck with his foot.
Could have made it worse.
Yeah, and he could have killed him.
Right, I remember
that. So,
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was pretty savage.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Like I said, that's where this is the best thing I can say about Brock Lesnar is steroid use or not, he does come across as like a fucking brick wall running at you. Like I said, I understand, like, if you're a professional wrestler, you shouldn't go into the ring trying to hurt people, but I see how he is, because that's just how he is. He's just this big meat mountain, Like I said, why do you think the Attack on Titan guy made him the one that's run through the walls?
I remember that.
Yeah, like I said.
That does make sense.
Yeah, like I said, Phil, determination and steroids can get you referenced in an anime. He's gonna fucking kill me one day. And his tattoo looks like a dick pointing toward his chin. You can't work a mic forever for anything. That's why Paul Heyman's his manager.
Like, do you know how much I had to pay him to get me that?
Ugh. But anyways, one of the things I found when I was on my YouTubes and just looking up random wrestling news, a couple weeks ago, Alberto Del Rio got canned from the WWE.
Again?
I know, they brought him back. They brought him back.
Say again?
Yeah, I was about to say they brought him back for
time.
this is the second time, but they brought him back for 3-4 months, and then he canned him again.
Yeah, they brought him back to play heel for a bit.
Yeah,
basically.
But the way I understand it is, he only had a 6-month contract, and the contract was coming up to an end. He had a early out clause, and he was just like, for whatever reason, I'm not really sure. He was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with this shit, I'm out. So he left. And he made it pretty public over his social media accounts, Twitter and Instagram and shit, saying that he's leaving the WWE. Probably going to show up on Lucha Underground next season, maybe. But I guess, like I said, this is also just another rumor that I heard. I don't know the 100% if this is factual or not. Well, what is factual is Alberto Del Rio and the female wrestler Paige are actually a real life couple, and Alberto Del Rio was pretty public about fuck WWE, I'm out of here, mic drop. And Phil, Vince McMahon has shown this on camera and off camera time and time again. You don't fuck with fucking Vince and Kennedy McMahon. So, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know what Paige's status even is in the WWE right now. But like I said, she is Alberto Del Rio's girlfriend. And I guess the higher-ups told her, you gotta dump your boyfriend because he's talking shit about the company or we're firing your ass. Not in those words directly. Like I said, this is just me kind of paraphrasing stuff. But I thought this was something behind the curtains, kind of something interesting to talk about. Because, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is true, that's some fucking super sketchy moral shit they're doing over there, right?
It is. Makes sense, though.
Why isn't? Well, yeah, you don't want the one of your employees.
Plus, you got to hype the Diva show.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe this will be on WWE.
Like, wait, we can't miss our top Diva show hyper. Wait a minute here.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Like some people said that this might be fake, just something that they could put on WWE Divas later.
Makes sense. Chopped up footage, right? It's not used.
Yeah, but that's reality. The Divas reality show where they have to create fake drama to make a show. It won't make greater drama than this. You know, leave your boyfriend or we're kicking you off the show. Bum, bum, bum. You know. Because like I said, if this is actually true, and we've heard many horror stories about WWE backstage politics, and like I said, Vince McMahon, I think, might actually think he's a goddamn god, right, Phil?
Maybe.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if he had someone in the company like, your boyfriend's talking shit about the company, get him out of here, or you dump him or you're fired. Because that's what actually happened to Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was dating Lita.
I remember that.
In real life and in kayfabe. But she started cheating on him with Edge. And he went on social media and made a big hissy fit about it. Like, how dare you? You know, he's standing outside her window. Stella! Lita!
With the boombox.
He's got a boombox over his head. Yeah. And WWE fired his ass over that about him saying, how could you break, saying shit about his relationship on social media. But then the fans heard about it and they got like, dude, this guy did nothing wrong. He was the one wronged and you fired him? Fuck you assholes. And then they hired him back a couple months later and made a storyline out of it. And Phil, fuck emotions, you pay me a big enough check, right? Yeah, sure, they cheated on me and they fucking fucked me over and actually ruined my career. You're gonna pay me how much now? Why don't you... There seems to be a zero missing at the end of this check. Isn't that weird? Think, you're a rich guy, you got a pen. Right? You're not the only one that has a checkbook. I don't know. But Triple H, the guy that's stupid, his daughter also humped a...
You mean son-in-law?
Son-in-law, that's what it is. Yeah. Triple H's son-in-law humped a fake corpse and threw, I hope fake brains at a camera. Oh.
You got makeup artists.
Yeah. And plus, Shane O'Mac, God, like, how many fucking giant structures had that poor kid had to jump off? Alright, Phil. Next month's Halloween, our favorite time of the year. We did the Halloween, the We Are Podcast first Halloween Spectacular last year. It's
yeah.
time for a second round, Phil. Well, it will be time for a second round in about 3-4 weeks or so. Gotta start buying candy to make sure my house doesn't get aged.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put some decorations up, which I never really took them down in the first place. Gotta start brushing back up on the horror movies, though, Phil.
I know.
Now, I haven't seen it yet, but as far as I know, the only like hat thing. Well, we talked about. Oh, we should have saved this for the Halloween show. What was it? Hush. Remember the girl that was Death and the serial killer guys outside trying to get at her?
Well, we didn't do the blind guy one.
Yeah, Don't Breathe.
Yep.
We'll save that for the Halloween show. Because, like I said, Phil, Halloween's coming up here soon. You know me. Like I said, make sure my house don't get eggs, so I make me a little. You don't get no full size candy bar when you come here, but you get like a little baggie full of. Phil, ain't nothing fun size about them candy bars.
Right, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but you get a little baggie full of different fun size candy bars.
It was worth it.
You might get yourself a Reese's cup if I don't eat them all first. I'm gonna eat them all first. That's the other great thing about Halloween. The day after, when fucking 3 bags of candy for $5. Oh god, my diabetes.
Use that for trading.
Oh, when you were a little kid trading candy, that was the fun part. Yeah, that was the fun part too. But now I'm an adult, so I'm just gonna buy a big old bag of what I like. Snickers and Reese's cups. Maybe get me a Wonka mix bag. Get me some gobstoppers. Ugh. The other fun thing about Halloween is getting to watch all your old favorite scary movies. Well, some of the ones you watch all the time. Like I said, maybe it's time to put Cabin in the Woods to rest for a little while, Phil. It's been 3 years in a row we watched that.
You.
Don't lie, you were there.
You watched it.
You were there. Phil, Killer Clowns from Outer Space went away for even longer. But we watched that almost every day for a long time, though.
I know.
Like I said, that's the problem with horror, too, though. We had to take it. We used to watch everything we get our hands on, but for every Silence of the Lambs and John Carpenter's The Thing, there's a million Friday the 13th, Part 7, Part 29.
I agree.
Yeah.
Part ...
The Rejuvenants.
Ugh.
Like I said, Leatherface, I don't really like too many of the movies, but at the same time, dude wearing someone else's face chasing with the chainsaw with a bloody apron on is terrifying if that ever happened. So if that shit came through my front door right now, I'd probably shit myself. But watching the movies, yeah. Except for the ones with Arlie Ermey. But Arlie Ermey was more terrifying than Leatherface was in that movie. Or, what was it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Beginnings? Let's watch that again. It's been a while since we've seen that one.
True that.
Yeah. Like I said, just waiting for the Halloween show. Just gonna marathon a couple of horror movies. Maybe we'll turn the mic on when we're passing out the candy, see if any kids show up, and not invite them on the show because they should not be listening to this. So as far as I know right now, though, we'll wait till Halloween, but we're gonna watch. What was it? Don't Breathe, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Anything you want to throw in there?
Nah, I haven't seen nothing lately anyway.
We don't have to see anything lately. We can watch something we've watched before. Except for, like, RoboCop, obviously, because that's not really a horror movie.
That's true.
It's gory as hell. It's borderline a horror movie at some points.
It is. That is true.
Just say Dead Alive, though.
Nah. I don't want to.
Brain Dead, then.
Right. That's a good one.
Well, no, I want you to say something that you want to watch. That way it's just not me talking to myself, like I said. What's a horror movie you want to watch this Halloween coming up?
like since that one where the woman couldn't talk, those are coming popular now.
Hush.
Might as well watch something new.
I could watch Hush again. That was pretty good.
Like, might as well check out one of the newer ones.
I gotta go on Netflix and start reading reviews and shit, Phil. Come on. But I guess if someone would like to give us a comment or email saying some horror movies we should check out this Halloween, we are a podcast, yada yada. We'll get to all that at the end, but I'm not
always.
Yeah. As far as like I said, that's the problem with horror movies. Like for everything that's like halfway decent, there's a million things that suck. You know.
There's, especially a bunch of ones that were smaller and were just a waste.
I can't remember the name of it, but I remember one that was literally like, you could tell these kids just shot a horror movie in their backyard. Like we've seen tons of those where like someone had some wooded property, and they're like, "We'll just show a horror movie here because you know, house out in the middle of nowhere. It worked for Evil Dead, so why not?" Whew.
Classic.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said. We liked Hush too, but that's pretty much what that is. So, how come every time a writer writes a award-winning novel, they think they have to go out to the middle of no fuck where and write another one?
I don't know, because I guess they think they can't find themselves in the city. Maybe
if they have a decent phone connection and internet service, that's somehow going to corrupt their creative ideas.
Because they were so into being an author that they became a monster.
Right. Phil, I swear, man, if I ever write a fucking, like I said, award-winning novel, I'm like, Phil, I'm going to go move out to this cabin in the middle of no fuck where for a couple of months, try to write another novel. Can you take care of my bills and stuff while I'm out away? Then, Phil, you know what you should do? You should just walk over to, like, this fucking, your wall that has a poster. You just rip it off. Matt, let me point you to the wall of horror movie scenarios. Remember how we talked about how we always want to make that crazy person wall with the crazy person wall?
Yeah.
That has all the red strings. Yeah, the strings that point to stuff. Okay, I point you to scenario 4. Writer that wants to write another novel goes out to the middle of nowhere. Now this can end in many ways. You psychologically break down, you get attacked by some kind of spirit, or you can run into like crazy hillbilly people that want to like eat, rape, or fuck you.
Right.
Well, eat, rape, and fuck you. Maybe not in that order.
Either way.
Yeah. Either way, you get fucked. You know. Or you can go into the basement of said cabin and find a magical book like you've always been looking for, but unfortunately summon demons instead of magical superpowers.
It'd be something bad.
Yeah. Matt, you like Evil Dead. You should know this. Why are you even going out to the cabin? Let me guess. You're going to bring out a bunch of teenagers to fucking smoke pot, drink beer, and have unprotected sex while you're up there too, right? And it happens to be right next to a fucking lake where someone died, right?
Yikes.
Once again, right. Like I said, once again, I point you to the wall. Do you see how many lines you were crossing here?
Too many.
Now, for your safety, I cannot stop you, but I highly suggest you do not go on this trip. Stay in your house, lock your door, buy a gun. America!
It should be easy to find one.
You want to go to Walmart? I don't know. That's something I'll do here in the next couple weeks or two. I might not ever look up what fucking craft beer we've tried, but I'll try and look up some new horror movies. And, like I said, if someone wants to give me some suggestions, I'm more than open to it in the comments or email. And, that being said, Phil, I think we're done here. Let's go choke some apple cider, eat some candy corn, and Google some shit. It's an IMDb.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.